Hello there, my lovelies. Welcome to another episode of Sitting Down with Soul Writer with me, Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer, author of the Arsenal Way Forest Alliance books 1 and 2, now available. Check the description box below for the links. And of course, with book 3, Bound by Vengeance in Mind, on the way for June 1st, 2022, in honor of Pride Month. Around here, though, every month is Pride Month. Today, we're talking about what I teased as being the big pivot, dun dun dun, in recent videos elsewhere on the channel. This video's contents are what happens when a virtual teacher with an indie author career has their schedule change overnight. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, and of course, take care of yourself a little bit better each and every day. I know you're worth it. Let's do this. Welcome back, my lovelies. So before we dive in fully and truly to what I'm calling the big pivot, I want to give some huge shout outs and thanks to some really special people who have helped me out a great deal lately. Silver Dagger Tours, Maya, you and your team are amazing. Thank you so much for the blog tour that should be ending this week for Book 1's big anniversary celebration. Also, thank you to Carlisle and the team over at Firequill Publishing who run the Pop the Balloon Challenge on Facebook. Thank you so much with all the technical difficulties and miscommunications going on. You are truly a trooper of a team, and I adore you all so much. Again, to Crossroad Interviews, thank you for having me on for your author chat over on Instagram, and also thank you for your kind review and insight to things to improve my book for the future. Thank you so much to everybody who stopped by on February the 14th to help me celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Bound by Fate and Blood, the book that started it all. I just really want to give a super duper huge shout out to Margaret Pignard and SD Houston and Barrett Laurie and Richard Holiday and so many of you who come around here on the routine and show your support, your kindness, your guidance, and more. Thank you so much for being you. And also a call for my fellow fantasy authors. If you want to increase your book's reach out to an audience consisting of 250,000 readers, then definitely join this huge promotion sponsored by Book Rescue, Reign of Reads, Author Platform Rocket, Crave Books, Free eBooks, and Story Origin, and 100 other authors to include Dale L. Roberts, M.K. Williams, Keith Wheeler, SD Houston, and myself. So if you're looking to bring your magic, grow your squad, and rally your fans, definitely go ahead and check the bit.ly link you see on the screen and on the description box or my Instagram and Facebook. Now, back to your regularly scheduled shenanigans. So, what is going on as far as this big pivot thing? Well, let me give you a little bit of context. In December 2021, yes, we have to backtrack this far. No, I'm not going to try and Rose Nyland this story and make it last forever. I'm going to try and be Sophia Petrillo in my attempts to get it out and over with, okay? I have notes, I swear. Let's go. So, December 2021, my boss at my teaching job, my day job, I'm a virtual teacher from the same space you see here, they said no schedule changes for the spring. Normally, we change every trimester. I slip and say semester. Really, we're on trimesters, so we have 3 grading periods a year, not 2. We go during the summer months is basically what I'm trying to indicate there. But they said no, you'll just have your same kids from the fall. Sure, great. I get into the spring semester. Things are a little bumpy. Things are a little rough because they did have to assign me 1 or 2 classes because we had a few more teachers quit. Again, this is the second highest turnover rate I've seen at a school. The first for a virtual, though. The last time was a public school. But the turnover rate's really high. So with that being the case, January was a little bit of a struggle. We all got into work on Monday, I believe it was, let me double check. Yes, February the 7th, and found out that we are all indeed getting schedule changes. Why? Well, my school does not just serve kids in the US. Specifically, our American kids are located in Michigan, mainly. They're throughout a couple of other different states. I have some kids in Florida, I have some kids in Texas, and a couple other places, but most of my kids are in Michigan. And we also have a sister school, or a system of sister schools, I should say, located in Brazil. These kids are actually enrolled in a dual high school program where they'll get credits toward their degree in Brazil and earn an American diploma so they can come here, go to college, things of that nature. It's a really good program. Their parents pay tuition. It's very expensive, so on and so forth. So I find out that with that program expanding, like we had more kids enroll over their holiday break, which runs longer than ours. We found out that not only did their enrollment go up, our American school enrollment went up a little bit, and we had a couple more teachers quit. Yeah. So what resulted from that was everyone by the end of the day on Wednesday, February the 9th, would have a brand new schedule out to them. What happened with that? Well, I definitely now only work 4 10s. I was working 2 10s, 2 8s, and then whatever I have left over on Friday, I would do it on Friday. Now, because of how stacked my schedule is, I only work 4 10s, and Fridays are going to be added just into marketing and things so I can keep on top of this space and my other areas online for author work. But I lost half of my students. My beloved middle schoolers are now with another teacher. I only have the upperclassmen for high school plus 4 new classes for our Brazil sister school for the first time. On Friday, February the 11th, we were given the time to prep for our new schedule. I had 1 unpaid overtime work day, basically, to redo my syllabi, redo all of my lesson plans, reread IEPs and 504s, which, mind you, most of my students have those because my American students are at risk for various reasons to drop out. Also, some of my students have court orders in relation to things like severe truancy that I have to keep up on for record-keeping means. I had to meet with all of my co-teachers who are the bilingual exchange co-half of my Brazil classes, and all of this on a Friday afternoon. Mind you, I was out of hours 2 hours into my Friday. So all the while, this is the first week of my book bash, mind you. It has been planned since November, and I'm just going, pull out my hair, please make it stop. So on Valentine's Day, the 1-year anniversary of Ian and Thierry's launch, I start all my new classes and then rolled right into my live stream on YouTube. And right after the live stream on YouTube was when I had the time to finally stop. So a week later, and realized I have no clue what to do with my YouTube channel because I had already remade my schedule twice to accommodate some class changes that happened. And then they did another class change. So we're going to hope that the big pivot lasts longer than March. I'm hoping to not have to do another big pivot video until the end of this trimester. So, with that being what it is, let me go over here and just, switch it up to this graphic. It might be a little bit easier for you to see what's going on and follow along with me, my friendos. So, let's start at the beginning of the week, and it kind of also is the end of the week. In this setup, on Sundays, starting on March 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then starting on Saturday, March 26th at 10 a.m. Eastern, I will be doing what I'm calling Soul Squad Sprinters. This is a productivity live stream with me and fellow authors as the hosts. I do have right here at this bit.ly link. Also, of course, description box below for any of the links you see highlighted up here. I wanted to give a chance for other authors to have another way to brag and celebrate about big things going on in their lives. If you're not an author, you're a creative mind, you have some sort of huge anniversary coming out, you want some way to brag and celebrate for free and us kind of enjoy some productivity in the meantime, you're definitely going to want to check out that yellow bit.ly link. At the same time, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, you'll see on my schedule graphic that I made this for my sanity. My sanity, not necessarily yours. Yeah, I know it's color-coded. It's teacher-fied. It works. Anyway, on Mondays and Tuesdays, like I was saying, and also Thursdays, those are my dedicated only to work days. Like, I can't be bothered to do anything but teach. Wednesdays are a little different because I can, in the afternoon or early evening, sneak in a video on occasion. Fiction in 5 you all are pretty familiar with. This is the book review show I do where I look at a piece of fiction in 5 minutes, half from the reader point of view, half from the writer. If you want to get on the TBR list for that, because my TBR is running a little low by the end of summer for once, go ahead and check the magenta, purple, pinky-ish link here, depending on what your screen settings are for. And that will get you added and your book added. I really would love to, of course, first and foremost, support indie authors. But if you are a booktuber, authortuber, or YouTuber, and you have a book of any kind that's fiction, go ahead and pop it on that TBR link for me, please. And thank you, so I can brag about you in the future. Then on Fridays, oh, actually, no, not on Fridays, Jenna. There's another new show we need to talk about, sweetheart. Another new show we need to talk about. Soul Writing Academy is my new brainchild that I've been working on batch filming pre-recorded videos for. Some of you have heard tell that I have been doing Battle Writing Academy videos. That is the first mini-series to be added to that meta series playlist. I was originally going to make it part of Sitting Down with Soul Writer and said, nope, that might clog up this list and make it a little too confusing. Let's make Battle Writing Academy its own playlist. Nay! You've been teaching for a decade plus, writing specifically mostly, Jenna. Why don't you just do a whole thing on it? So that's where Soul Writing Academy came about. If you look down there at the bottom, the first episode is going to be premiering March 9th of Battle Writing Academy. Yeah, I really went teacher nerd on you with that one. Way hardcore. Anyway, so on Fridays, you're going to be getting 2 very familiar shows. 2 of the shows that kind of started this whole thing off, to be fair. Listening to the Voices in Our Heads, which is where I visit with creative minds and their creative processes. Recently, we had Margaret Pignard on and also Richard Holiday. Check out those videos in the playlist. Also, there's this little thing you're doing right now. I don't know what this thing's called. Oh, Sitting Down with Soul Writer, which is kind of my, hey, what's happening in the real world? Going to be doing more vlogs this year. I didn't vlog a lot when I did in-person signings at local vendor shows and festivals. I think I might start doing that this year. Also, I think I have enough material that if I really didn't mind making a fool of myself, you might start getting an end-of-season blooper reel or an occasion authortube blooper reel from me over here. Just like, this is going to be more of our fun stuff, more lighthearted stuff. I'm really starting to offload things and delegate and organize things a little bit better. Sorry, teacher froggy voice. It's the end of my workday. Anywho, be it as it may, including the shows you see on there, and of course, I'm missing NaNoWriMo updates within the Author Pals. That'll swap out for one of the Soul Squad Sprinter days in the future. I have a total of 5 or 6 shows that I run, produce, and mostly do all by myself. I was just talking to my husband I didn't realize I did this much for my YouTube channel. And putting it all on one piece of paper like that's kind of scary. You are probably like, Jenna, there's another link you didn't talk about on here, sweetheart. I wanted to leave off with that link. Actually, the green link you see here for listening to the voices in our heads is for season 4. Depending on how things go with Soul Squad sprinters, I might start offering live streaming episodes of listening to the voices in our heads. I'm really trying to see how good our new internet provider is. Service went down a little bit. They're supposed to be fixing some infrastructure issues. I don't know if that's going to fix it for good. We'll see. Not getting my hopes up. But be it as it may, that's the big pivot. I'm hoping this sticks around for a while. Feels like I'm biting off a big chunk, especially considering I have at least 3 books I want to get out by the end of the year, if not 4. To be fair, 2 of them are mostly written, so that's going to help. But we're going to see if things go well. I do have a couple of other big projects I'm planning in the background that I can't really talk about right yet. So we'll see how all of those big projects go. And maybe here in a little bit, you'll get the Big Pivot 2.0. Hopefully it lasts longer than March. Hopefully. Be it as it may, if you stuck in this long, definitely don't forget to check the like and the sub and the bell. Also, would love it if you could leave a comment, my dear lovelies. Take care of you. Avoid burnout at all costs. Pivot when you need to, my lovelies. And most of all, we know you're worth it. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. Take care of you. Bye.